Are you tired of sitting on the sidelines watching opportunities pass you by? You know you have what it takes, but something's missing. It could be doubt, confidence, or fear that you're not representing your best self. Whatever it is, it stops now. It's time to align your passion with your purpose and seize the opportunities that await you. I want to see you get back in the game. So join me and my expert guests as we talk all things image, branding, and a bit of entrepreneurship. So if you're ready to gain insightful tips, tools, and strategies to help you amplify your presence and define your impact for greater success, sit with us as we talk about it. Welcome back to the Image Connection Show, where we go beyond the surface of image, branding, and presence to help you live and lead with impact. My name is Jenny Dewberry. I am your host, a certified international image consultant, brand strategist, and trainer. Today, I have with me a gentleman that is an expert on healthy. He's a health coach and lifestyle coach. He's an expert on living confidently and with presence, with intentional, healthy choices in life. His name is Brian Parana. And again, he's a premium health and lifestyle coach, and he dedicates his his profession to helping professionals optimize their health so that they can perform at their best selves in business and life. He has over 20 decades of helping clients walk through strategies to help them use confidence and influence to build the energy, focus, and resilience they need to excel in business and in every room they enter. So help me in welcoming Brian to the show. Welcome, Brian.
Hey, thanks for having me, Jenny.
You're welcome. I'm glad. I'm pleased to have you here. I've been looking
Yes.
forward to this talk. I know that our pre-conversation was just left me feeling fired up.
Yeah.
When we talk about health and fitness and how it is aligned with our image and our presence and how we show up,
Right.
it's important. And for me, in the work that I do, um, I'm an image consultant and I help women, I style them so that they can feel better. And I'm all about body positivity. So I
Yes.
don't think that we have to, and I'm not an expert at this, but I don't think we have to be a certain size to have that body
Nope.
confidence. We just need to be confident enough to embrace the body that we have. But there's also things that we can do to enhance our health through
Right.
healthy living and feel good in that body. And I know that you're all about that as well.
Yes.
Yeah. And so let's get into it.
Let's
And
do it.
just let's do it. Just start here. When you talk about the link between health and influence, I found that very interesting. How does taking care of our bodies and our confidence impact our ability to connect with others?
Yeah. We've got the window dressing.
Mm-hmm.
You show up, you've got you have Jenny do you up and you got the right style and the image and the window dressing.
Sure.
But behind the windows, you have no confidence, no energy, you're running around on caffeine, you're ready for the 3 p.m. nap, you don't remember the last time you ate.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot of energy or confidence that's going to shine through those window dressings in
Right.
a sense, and you will be called out. They will
Yeah.
call you out. They say, oh,
Yeah.
this is off. They
Mm-hmm.
look the part, but they aren't quite the part, because
That's
humans are
right.
very keen on that from thousands of years of evolution
Mm-hmm.
and being able to spot, is this an apple or is this an actually, and it's like, is this an apple or is this cake, right?
That's
Like that
right.
show, right?
Yeah. It's energy. We look
Yeah,
like you said, we can look the part for only so long.
right.
That's fleeting. So, but when that confidence and the things we've done on the inside or the back in the
Yep.
back office work shines through. That is what people see. That's what people
Yes.
feel, right?
Hear, feel.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And you say predominantly women. Well,
Women.
68% of the women that you work with. Um, can you tell me a story about how you've helped them kind of transform?
Yeah,
And
definitely.
yeah.
I have two that come to mind that I'm actually currently working with. I could go on for I could tell you about Betsy Finley, who
Hmm.
was a 50-year-old, never worked out ever in her life, and she just wanted to kayak with go out and kayak, and the only people she could kayak was 40-year-old men. So she started
Mm.
working out. And then all of a sudden, by that when she was 60, she was a CrossFit World Champion.
Wow.
Crazy. Didn't
Yeah.
see that one coming. But
Right.
she and I, we personal trained and she joined my gym and we worked together and just built strength every day. Nothing
Hmm.
crazy, nothing hard. Just, hey, can you do a little bit more than you did the
Yeah.
last time we met? And it changed into her being a world champion at age 60. And she, again, never worked out before
Wow.
60. So we have those crazy type stories. But
Hmm.
then we have someone who, Jennifer, she was over 50 pounds overweight, GERD or acid reflux. She was labeled by her doctor type 2 diabetic, and she didn't like that. Those are identities
Hmm.
and labels, and even part of an image or a personal brand that she didn't identify with, and she
Yeah.
needed to change. And this had been going on for 2 decades. You
Okay.
don't get 50 pounds overweight in even a year. If you do, then there's some dramatical things that are happening in your life, but it
Right.
usually is a long-term creep that gets you there. And
Hmm.
then all of a sudden you have disease-like state in your body. So we found each other and we started working on her nutrition,
Yes.
eating food she enjoys, eating more protein. I will tell you, women have a hard time eating enough protein. And I like 100 grams as a minimum amount of
Okay.
protein for women, just to throw that out there for you ladies listening in. Now, we had her in a calorie deficit, all right, because that's how you lose weight.
Hmm.
And there's no other weird fancy things or tricks or this magical thing from the Amazon berry or whatever. Like, we don't need supplements. We just need education around nutrition and where a calorie deficit lies. And for
Okay.
most women, it's under 1500 with moving plenty, 10K steps, just kind of throwing out some general things that work really well for
Hmm.
humans in general, especially women. And then we made sure that she could do it. Simple is easy.
Yeah.
Easy gets done. And my job is to provide the easiest, fastest, simplest way for them to be successful, but do it in the quotation right way.
Right.
We're eating whole foods. We're eating food she enjoys. She is
Hmm.
a fanatic about the everything but the bagel seasoning. And I mean, she buys it in 25-pound containers.
She loves
She
it.
puts it on everything, like,
Loves it.
like the hot sauce, right? And through the time of us working together, 50 pounds didn't just fall off because that's not how that works. It's usually
Hmm.
1 to 2 pounds is sustainable. Three is amazing. Four or more, we're probably overreaching. And if that's your goal always when you go into a diet, is I need to lose all this weight so fast, you're doing it wrong,
Yeah.
right? Even just like say your personal image, you can change the clothing, but you can't change the person. And there's a lot of other things in the background that changes your
Right.
personal brand and identity. And that's going to take more than a week, or that's going to
Absolutely.
take more than you go to the store and buy some new clothes.
Hmm.
That's not how it
It's a
works.
journey. It's an
It's a
inside
journey.
out game, you know.
Exactly.
Yes, it certainly is.
Exactly.
Um,
Now she's 50 pounds down, wearing just, she feels so much better. She's attracting so much more opportunity into her world. She sees a big difference in how people are treating her
yes.
and how she's responding to that.
Hmm.
And she's looking for more opportunity of fun things to do in her life and not just
Yeah.
be in her, she just turned 50 and just be 50 and work and then go home and sit in front of a TV or something.
Yeah.
Like, that's
No more
not
of that.
life.
It is
That's not
not
life.
like, and it isn't a healthy lifestyle. And
No.
so when we think about we think about healthy lifestyle, a lot of times we think about the things we eat, which are
Right.
very important. But we
Yes.
also think about the lifestyle itself, our activities, and the
Right.
things that we do. As you were saying, it just takes one small step for
Yep.
us to achieve whatever it is,
Yep.
the goal that we're trying to achieve. And you talk about confidence beyond the scale, because again,
Yep.
um, I feel that if we are healthy on the inside, we don't necessarily have to be what society says we need to be, a size
Right.
two or a size, we can be
Right.
okay in the body that we're in, as long as we're doing those healthy things and taking those
Yes.
healthy steps so that we're, you know, the inside of us are as it should be.
Yes.
And
You
so when
want to be
you,
whole on the inside,
that's right.
regardless of what the visible body looks like. Now, certainly,
Mhm,
we should not be in. Maybe you do have more body weight on you, but we shouldn't
mhm,
be in an obese category. That's just
right.
literally not healthy.
Yes,
That's not good
absolutely.
for image, for brand, for your
Mhm,
long-term health. You
for
will get
sure.
chronic illness if you are in obese state. So
Hmm.
yes, we do need to change that, and you will flourish by changing that. Now, do we need to get to size 2 or something like that, or identify with what your body weight was when you're in high school?
Yeah.
Probably not a good idea. Maybe
Mhm.
go for like 25, 35 in that range, maybe, as long as things were good. And
That's
that ends up being a better part. Now, one of the things that I always identify with is I am the coach. I am the health is wealth. I love it.
mhm,
Exactly. And so many people overlook that.
yes.
But I am the say the backseat driver in the journey, the GPS, and the client is driving their car on their way, and I understand. I've listened to them. I understand what their destination is,
Mhm.
and it's my job to get them there. Now,
That,
certainly, it might ebb and flow because that's just called life. Things happen and
mhm,
change, and
yeah,
results vary. And but my goal is to align with what they define as success.
that's right.
And if in say a month we need to get down a pant size,
Hmm.
that's what we're going for. That's what's important to them because that's what they told me. I can't self-label them, oh, you need to be down 15 pounds in a month. That's not my job. My job is
Hmm.
to help them fit healthier approaches around nutrition,
Hmm.
around activity, around their mindset, around what choices they choose in their day to day life that empowers them to be healthier, to be better for themselves, most importantly, and then the people around them.
Hmm. Yeah. And so with me, working with women, I work with women of all sizes and shapes.
Of course.
Sometimes I do encounter the woman that it's a little bit more of a struggle to put
Sure.
her in a wardrobe that she feels confident and empowered in. Not
Yeah.
because she doesn't look good, because of course my responsibility is to select items and garments that
Right.
complement and enhance the body that she has today.
Right.
Um, but in the mindset around that, that I'm not the size that I want to be. These clothes, you say they look good on me, but I don't feel
Right.
great in them.
Right.
You say that confidence is more than weight loss is success is more than weight loss. So I
Yes.
think that does go to mindset in the person embracing, where they are
Right.
today, and then
Yeah.
having the knowledge and the ability to take those small steps to get there where they want to be. What would you say to a woman that is wanting to work out? She doesn't know where to begin,
Yeah.
or she feels like it might be too much work. Sometimes we just have to take those small steps.
Women are super women these days, right? The amount of societal pressure to do all the
Mhm.
things is insane.
Yeah.
So I commend all women. I see my wife go through. We have 4 kids. We're 42. We have 4 kids, 2 in high school, 2 in middle school, and we're going through 3 boys and a girl, going through all just parenting
Hmm.
and doing all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's
Busy life.
it's fun. Right. But let's do another story. Terry. Okay.
Okay.
Terry, I actually worked with Terry back in, say, 2017 or so. We had success then. And then unfortunately, COVID happened and she knocked on my door again in January 2025. And we've been working together this whole year. We're
Hmm.
down about 50 pounds in the course of this year. And she is very much someone that I have to make sure that I'm in alignment with what her energy is
Hmm.
and where she's at in the moment because I'm a very energetic person. I'm a go, go, go type.
Feel the
Uh,
energy.
but I have to match pace with her.
Hmm.
Our goal still to this day is still can you get to 10,000 steps? She usually averages anywhere from 5,000 to 8,000 to occasional 10,000. She doesn't do it every day.
Okay.
So that's our underlying drumbeat. And can I get you to at least go to the gym and once a week and do an exercise
Hmm.
program? So very basic. Can I get you to get to 100 grams of protein? There it is again, women, 100 grams of protein. Can I? She is tracking
Absolutely.
her food. She has chosen to do that. Not all my clients track, but some do. And we're paying attention to calories. Her calories are always in line. And we have gotten her down 50 pounds. Okay. Now, through these simple action steps and encouragement, keeps her moving, keeps her motivated, keep her head in the game. Because if I was, why aren't you at 10,000 steps, and say, finger pointing or
Yeah.
accusing or anything like that, she would shut down and quit. And that would not be helpful for either of us, or
Hmm.
say her husband, who's the bystander in this.
Yes.
And that he benefits just as much as Terry does from her keep becoming healthier. So we're
Hmm.
down 50 pounds. Now, through taking small, easy, simple steps, nothing crazy hard at all, right? Everything I said was very basic.
Yes.
She has transformed her image, her self image, quite a bit. So
Mhm.
much so that she lived in New York, upstate New York, had a 15-year job. She's in her earlier 50s. So probably could see her retiring at this place
Mhm.
as well.
Mhm.
But she all of a sudden gained some confidence and some energy from the working on herself, most importantly, and then changing her body as a result. And she actually moved. She said, "Hey, I'm gonna move to Myrtle Beach." Okay, this is really cool. I'm all on board with this, because that's one of the best parts about my coaching is that I get to see people taking bigger, bolder action when they are more self-empowered, and through having energy and not having to miss meals or have feel sleepy or lack of productivity, they can actually get things done.
Yes.
And so she moved, and she sold her house, she bought a new one, she got a new job, and at a very she does the same work just in a new place. And it's just so empowering that she took those steps herself. I was
Mhm.
certainly encouraging her. I was pushing her along the way, like, go Terry, go
Yes.
Terry. And it's like, yeah, this is great. And even when the challenges of trying to get the house closed, and it fell through, and then it
Mhm.
went again, and all these things, is like, go, keep going. We still need to focus on your nutrition. We still need to move your body. We need to manage these stressful situations as you literally change. And one thing I'll leave it on is, I said, Terry, you're moving into a completely different environment.
Mhm.
No one knows who you are. You can introduce yourself as the version of who you want to be received as,
Mhm.
right? So
That's
go
right.
in and stand tall, be bold, speak up, be confident, be fun, be energetic. Do not bring the old you from New York down with you. That is you're going to leave that up in New York. We're not bringing that self perception along
Mhm.
with you.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's amazing how working out can help us with the mindset shift.
Oh
How
yeah,
we become more, like you
we
said,
do big
empowered.
things.
Yeah, yeah. It pushes us to take those steps
Yeah,
that we wouldn't have taken before. We sit around and we think about the things that we want to do, the things we wish we could do, but
right.
the weight of what that might look like holds us back. And when I say weight, I'm not talking about physical weight, even though
No.
that is a part of
Yeah.
it, but the
Right.
mental weight, because you're
Right.
not in the shape that you probably need to be in to make those things happen. And so therefore we sit on the sidelines because we don't have the confidence. And as you said,
Right.
once we have made this tremendous change that Terry made, and we go to another place, we want to ensure that we are taking the new version of ourselves with
Right.
us, not the old person that people
Right.
back in your old situation still see you as. I say that, when we make changes and when we evolve, sometimes those around us can accept those changes because they're so used to
Yes.
seeing you in a
Yes.
certain light. So they can't bring themselves to, to see the new you, or sometimes take offense to it. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So,
part of the coaching that I have to do.
hmm
And I remember my very first transformation, Dana. She had a friend that was so Dana and I had worked together. We actually knew each other from she was my oldest son's preschool teacher. Okay, so this goes way back. He's 16 now.
Right.
We worked around when he was in school around 3, 4, 5 ish in that range with her, and then I'd say he was about 8, 10 ish, and it's been a couple years. But Dana
Mhm.
was the first one. I was like, wow, the power of just eating healthier and moving your body and what it does and
Mhm.
confidence is tremendous. So Dana, she said, hey, I want to change. And so she's starting to change. She's doing the work. She's going to the grocery store,
Mhm.
buying food. She wants to be a role model for her two younger kids that were 8 and 10 ish
Mhm.
herself. And she started losing weight. And her best friend was her bestie for a long time, very long time,
Yeah.
was I'm going to lose 50 pounds taking this pill or supplement or whatever. And there's just started being friction in
Mhm.
what Dana wanted to do versus what her friend wanted to do. And I just had this was the very first time it became very aware to me that I had to make sure that I coach people through this process of you're changing.
Mhm.
They don't see it. Just think of it like this: is the last time that they saw you, say it was 4 weeks ago,
Mhm.
you are 29 days different than the last time you saw this
Mhm.
person, and you have to reintroduce your now current version to that person because
Mhm.
they are identifying off of who you were then.
That's
Or
right.
if it's a long relationship, they're identifying off of years of your behavior patterns and the way you speak and the way you hold yourself, the way you dress. And if you came in and just dressed differently all of a sudden, it's gonna be weird. It's gonna be different. What are you doing? Or how many
Yeah.
times have we gone on a diet only to fall off? So they don't even believe that you're going to do it this time.
Right.
And I had to coach her through this. And I said, Dana, it's okay that this person is choosing to do weight loss this route, but you have to decide, is this something that you still want to have proximity around? Because you control that.
Yeah.
You don't have to be around this person because the closest people influence you the most, and you have to be in control of their influence on you,
Mhm.
external to internal, because then you're stuck with the internal, how you think about what they think of you or whatnot. And
Yeah.
that's not even relevant. So that was a really important thing, and they did start to separate because of those
Mhm.
differences in approach, and that's okay.
It
And
is.
maybe in 3 years you guys pick up your relationship because as humans we're in and out of different relationships, and some stick longer, some don't, and
Mhm.
that's okay.
It certainly is. And in order to grow, sometimes we do have to detach ourselves
Yes.
from the old. Not that we are
Right.
severing the relationships or don't want to be a part of that person's life, but sometimes we have to sit them to the side
Just do
just for a
something
minute
different.
so that
Yeah.
we can work it ourselves and
Right.
build and become the person that we want to be without someone constantly reminding us who we used to be. You know what I mean? Or
Right.
what we
Right.
used to look like.
Right.
Because the only way to get to success is to know and believe that we have the capability to do that.
Yeah.
And, like you said, it's environmental. If you have those people around you that are rooting you on, pushing you, telling you, great job, is this
Right.
adding to what you're trying to do, that's wonderful. But at the same time, you have those others around you that
Right.
are telling you how you can't do it and why are
Right.
you wanting to change. And it doesn't, and I get a lot
Right.
where people say, I can just stay this, I've been successful for this long. I don't have to change anything about me.
Right.
But
Right.
imagine how much more successful you would be if you just made some small tweaks
Yep.
in your health, in your appearance, and your lifestyle. Just making those small, subtle shifts could make a
Right.
huge difference in how we show up in this world and how people perceive us. Right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Real simple, say image and clothing.
Hmm.
Instead of wearing jammies around all day, you put pants on, swim
Please.
some jeans, some blue jeans, and that in
Yeah.
and of itself is that incremental change.
Hmm.
Where say, Jenny, you want to get them into maybe the suit or whatever, just this dress, this flowing dress that looks fabulous on them.
Hmm.
They might not just be ready for that, but you can find that cute little outfit that really gets them to feel better by just putting on jeans instead of wearing jammies all
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. And,
Just a
and
simple
vice versa.
incremental thing.
Incremental, small incremental things. And again, what I do is not just, going to the store, pulling something off a rack and purchasing
Oh,
something for
of course
someone I
not.
know nothing about. I have to get to know them. I have to
Right.
walk them through this journey, and I have to
Right.
help them, identify in a different way, you know, pull those belief systems that they have, and
Right.
why do you think this way, and why aren't you open to these new
Right.
changes? So it is
Right.
quite a journey, one that I love,
Yeah.
but it's a beautiful thing that when we can walk a journey with someone and watch them become the person
Yes.
that they have been wanting to become and have seen only in their minds. When that person comes, you know happens, when we see that person in real life,
Right.
it's beautiful, and it makes our work so much more
So much.
rewarding, so much more rewarding. If someone was listening, Brian, and they wanted to take some small shifts today, I know we've talked
Yeah.
about it a bit. um, what would you tell them that they can do? I know walking, sometimes just walking, committing to a walking
Yep.
regimen can
Yep.
help. You're not going to get the the quick changes, or the changes that you might get as you would if you were in the gym running and all of this. But walking
Well,
is
real quick here, if we go back to the principles of, let's just say, weight loss, that's probably about 70-ish% of the people I work with is weight
mhm,
loss. And then there's chronic illness, there's
okay,
performance, there's a lot of other things that people
sure,
want to look better, feel better, have better energy and whatnot. But we go to a calorie deficit. That's the most important thing. We
okay,
have a couple ways to do that. One is through nutrition. That's a very obvious one. We can just eat less, or we can move more. A simple, basic question that I can ask you is, if we were to walk an hour or run an hour, which one are you going to be hungrier after?
oh yeah, running.
Of course, right? And then which one compromises our ability to stay in a calorie deficit more? Walking or running?
I don't know,
It'd be
running.
running, because you'd be hungrier and
Yeah,
you'd want to
okay,
eat more.
yes,
And between the difference between walking and running, sure, you can lose weight faster running,
mm-hmm,
but there is a increased risk of eating more calories
mm-hmm.
because you're hungry. And if you don't understand nutrition, you just ate more calories than you ran for an hour. I'm so glad you're more fit, but you didn't accomplish the goal of losing weight
Mm-hmm.
in that session because you overconsumed that day. So yes, you're healthier, you're more fit, you're more in shape, but your body didn't change even though you ran an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Walking might just be easier, and that's why that 10,000 steps is in there. Sure,
Yeah.
we should do things like running or getting our heart rate up, but it doesn't necessarily need to be that hard
Yes,
to do.
yes.
So we have movement is one. I like 10K steps. I like doing muscle building activities,
Mm-hmm.
at least two, but ideally 3 times a week. And it doesn't have to be go to the gym and lift weights. It could be a fun boot camp class. It could be moving your body. If we rewound 500 years, you'd be working on a farm, digging in the dirt, trying to make sure you could eat tomorrow. And you'd
Mm-hmm.
be doing all this physical activity that we don't have in our life. So there has to be
Right.
some form of activity. And
Mm-hmm.
for women especially, if you lose too much muscle, you will be skinny fat,
That's
right? You will not look the way you want to,
right.
even if you did lose weight. And even
Yeah.
furthermore, way more important is that you are going to lose weight, no muscle, no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
When you're 70 and 80, you will personally thank yourself that the 40-year-old version of yourself went to the gym and
Yeah.
worked out, even if it was crazy busy, even if you didn't want to, it was hard to do,
It is.
or it was hard work or any of that stuff, right? So
Mm-hmm.
there's the movement piece, the exercise, the nutrition. That's how we can do this too. We need to, if it's a weight loss goal, then we need to be in a calorie deficit. It's a weight maintenance, and we can eat a little bit more, but we need to have balanced meals of having lean protein sources, lots of vegetables, some fruit, a little bit of starch, and we just want to be conscious of healthy fats.
Yeah.
Sure, have some, say, some peanuts or cashews or something, or peanut butter, but one serving size of that is usually 100 calories, and
Oh.
per
Yeah.
a handful of peanuts turns into 200 calories real quick. Right? We have to
Yeah.
be careful to keep
Sure.
us in a calorie deficit. We need number three is sleep. We need ideally definitely 6, because if you sleep under 6, you are significantly, you're shooting yourself in the foot. Easiest way to put it. You will
Okay.
not lose weight. You're causing more cortisol. You're up longer. It's harder to stay in a calorie deficit in a sense, or manage your calories because you're just tired, and everyone eats whatever they want when they're tired and hungry. So we need at least six, but 7 to 8 is pretty typical, right? And lastly is water. You need to drink. Women, I love it. At bare minimum 60 ounces, but 80 ounces will help be a food strategy too, or a nutrition strategy
Mhm.
to manage your calories because you'll be full on liquid that has 0 calories in it. And do you have to drink water all the time? No, it can be bubbly water, it could be flavored water, it could be something with artificial sweeteners. You will be okay.
Mhm.
And it can be coffee, it can be tea, as long as it's not got 150 plus calories in it. We can't quite
True.
call that a hydration
Yeah.
strategy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
That's
those
good.
are the four pillars in a sense of what makes someone look good, feel good, and it can
Mhm.
be very simple to build that energy, that self-confidence, that go get 'em attitude, especially when life is challenging because there's always curveballs coming.
There is always curveballs. And again, the energy that one gets from moving,
Yes.
working out, especially, but just moving, the energy that comes with that alone is enough to
Right.
help you get through the day. It's
Oh yeah.
can help you be more
Yeah.
productive in your
Yeah.
day instead of
Yeah.
just getting up, getting dressed, going out to do the work. Your mind is probably on what happened yesterday. Your
Right.
body is tired, as you
Right.
said, because you possibly have tossed and turned all night.
Right.
And so the energy that you can get from starting your day with a brisk
Yeah.
walk. I'm not talking about, slow walking
Hey,
down the road, but a
right.
brisk walk can help, just start with those small
It's funny.
steps.
That's my social media post that I'm working on today. I went out and ran and I was like, okay, what are 5 reasons why you
Hmm.
should start your day with activity, whether it's
Yeah.
running or not, doesn't matter. But yeah, that's literally my social media post
Yeah.
that's sitting on
It's,
my phone right
it's
now in
good.
Canva getting produced that I'll post after we're
Yeah,
done.
absolutely. Yeah, because it's important.
Let's do another tip, right?
Okay. Yeah. Let's
Something
do that.
exactly what you're saying. It aligns exactly what you're saying. Movement is energy.
Hmm.
If you raise your hand, if every day in the middle of the day you're, wow, I'm really tired, right? That's just a pretty typical thing, the 3 p.m.
It
crash, right?
is.
Well, let's get ahead of it. We've got a couple different ways. One, we can caffeine, right? You can just have a coffee at noon, 1 o'clock. That'll give you caffeine to get you
Hmm.
energy and stimulation to get through that 3 p.m. slump. So you can strategically use caffeine if you're not overdoing it already. But then also walking. If you know that you're constantly falling asleep or feel really down, low energy around 3 o'clock, let's get a brisk walk at
Yeah.
2:15 while you still have bandwidth and energy. And now you're not fighting the, oh my gosh, I just want to take a nap feeling. You
Mhm.
don't want to fight that. You just want to get ahead of it and
Mhm.
strategically say, I'm going to walk at 2 o'clock every single day because I can get outside, breathe in fresh air, catch the sun, get some
Mhm.
blood circulation, get some hormones and
Yeah.
endorphins going, and then when I sit back down at 2:30, I am energized until I close out my workday, and then I can move into my second part, my actual real life. And that's what I'll do sometimes as well. So tip number 3 is if you constantly go home and you're tired, then you need to have a gap in there. You can't just go work to home life. You might need to take a half hour and go walk, like literally stop somewhere on the way home,
Mhm.
walk for 10, 20, 30 minutes, then go home. Your
Yeah.
home life experience will be significantly better
That's right.
than you just going from work to home and to the couch because the gravitational pull sucked
Mhm.
you in and you can't get up anymore.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So true. So true. Just again, those small tweaks in that
Yep.
15-minute, 30-minute walk, it's not only going to change your energy, but you're going to be thinking differently. You're going to be more energized and
Yeah.
more happy to go home and do the things that need
Yes.
to be done at home and not just, like you said, gravitate to the sofa and not want to move. Now, I
Right.
will say sometimes when I get home, it's like I want to go out, but I don't want to go out, and not because sometimes it is lack of energy, not because I don't move my body, but
Right.
just the day, it
Right.
kind of
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
weigh us down.
And even then we can go through a number of different conversations about,
Mhm.
okay, we have time management, we have stress management, we have your nutrition. How many calories have you eaten in today? So many
Yeah.
times I find, especially women, they have to not eat their breakfast and then somehow wait till noon, but then they get their lunch scheduled over, and next thing you know, it's 2 o'clock before they've even eaten, and they've only hit 300 calories, but they've been up since 6 o'clock, and you see the problem. No wonder you're exhausted going home. You have been running or your whole day on the with the gas light on. Why?
Yeah.
Why are we not just doing basic nutrition of eating maybe 800 calories by that time of the day?
Mhm.
You will feel better. Your blood sugar will be more regulated. You'll have energy to
So
use
true.
and manage so that your mental bandwidth will help. Can we strategically put in walking breaks to break up the monotonous work tasks that are there, that are always there, and they'll always be there, and so you just have to stop. So there's a large number of pinpoints that we can ask and open up. Why are you so tired at home? Oh, wait, here's another one. You were up late last night because you were relaxing and spending way too much time doom scrolling with your phone or watching
Mhm.
Netflix or getting soaked up in some other whatever. And next thing you know, you're not getting enough sleep
Yeah.
because you just didn't have a good nighttime routine. So there's so many different like, and that's part of my job is to understand, okay, you're tired a lot every time you go home.
Yeah.
Let's work backwards and start asking some questions to
Why?
uncover why it is that you feel this way and start putting strategic solutions in that then allow you to actually show up with energy at home. And you're like, oh,
Yeah.
wow. It could be something as simple as listen to some upbeat music on your way home. And that you kind of get the movement going, and you're like, oh wow, I feel so much better
Yeah.
when
And
I get home.
I'm going to add to that when you say not getting enough sleep at night, you get up, you're tired, you're exhausted even before the day begins.
Yeah.
It also has an impact on how we show up in the
Oh,
things,
totally.
how we,
Yes.
our wardrobe, we may not put
Yep.
the effort and time into
Right. You roll out of
getting,
bed.
yeah, just going to bed, not thinking things through, not
You
thinking about what you're trying to
hit the snooze
accomplish.
button today, and therefore you couldn't do your hair, or you couldn't,
Yeah.
you didn't complete the outfit because you were too busy, distracted last night to set your outfit out, even though
Mhm.
Jenny has told you that on repeat. Just let's decide the day before what
Yeah.
you're going to wear so that in the morning you can just get up and go, and it takes less mental energy
It's
and you can just
seamless.
operate rather
Yeah.
than make decisions.
Sure.
Do not hit the snooze button because you already decided that it was a good time to wake up in the morning, not 9 minutes later, or you
That's
would have
right.
set the alarm clock 9 minutes later, but now you're stressed because you don't have
Mhm.
enough time and you haven't eaten breakfast and you're not picking out the clothes because you're like, I'm just gonna put whatever on. I gotta get out of the house and before I hit rush hour.
Yeah, and then
Wow,
that's it. That
stressful.
yeah, it's very stressful, and it could do a thing, you know, um, on your productivity, your credibility. You don't know what
Oh
you're
yeah,
going to be faced with that day, so you need to
yeah,
be prepared, from the inside
yeah,
out, physically, mentally.
yep,
And so, Brian, if someone wanted to connect with you to learn
yeah.
more about all the things that you do to help, professionals
Right.
amplify their presence through health and lifestyle, how could they reach you?
Yeah, it's going to be, you can see it on the screen,
Hmm.
brianparana.com. It's the easiest place there. You can find me on social media as well. I will tell you that you get to niche down. So since the audience is more female, I will tell you I do work with women. But if you get on my stuff, you'll see a little bit more
Yeah.
male voice. So I'm just going to throw that out there. If you put
Okay.
the letters WO before MEN. I'm
Oh, there you
talking
are.
human. I'm
Yes,
talking human.
that's
I'm
right.
just say I have to say men. Just as you want to attract women, you have to
Mhm.
say women.
Yeah,
So if I came on your stuff, I would see more of a feminine energy, not a
absolutely.
masculine energy.
But doesn't
So
mean I can't help you.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So I just want to throw that out. You, if you catch me on Instagram, and you're just like, wow, he's always talking about men. He's not talking to
Mhm.
me. Get rid of the word men and literally everything else. Like today, it's like, guys, you should get up and move your body because there's 5 reasons. No, you should get up and move your body. Here's five
Yeah,
reasons. They're universal.
yeah. Well, you let us
So
listen,
I'll
so
just throw that out there. But Brian Brown is the easiest way to catch me. And then I constantly post on socials
yeah. Okay.
and all
Awesome,
this.
awesome. We're gonna take a quick break, Brian, and then
Yep.
we will come back.
Wonderful.
All right. You're not just building a career, you're building a reputation and that of your business. At People Power Consultancy, we coach ambitious professionals to refine their image and shape a personal brand that opens doors. Because the way you show up is your message. If you're tired of blending in, second guessing your presence, or feeling unseen, this is your moment to stand out with purpose and polish. Visit peoplepowerconsultancy.com to start your transformation. Your next level has a look. Let's define it. All right, and we are back with Brian Parana, a expert health coach and health and lifestyle coach, right? And we are talking about really inside out image and, how health and fitness is connected to our image and our presence, how we show up in the world and how we are perceived or received in the world from others, by others. But there are some myths, Brian, about health, weight, and confidence. And I think we touched on it before, how you don't have to be a small person in order to have a sense of healthiness, to be healthy.
Right.
And then confidence is just the person, how the person has embraced who they are. Yes. But can you talk about, the connection between that health, weight, and our confidence, and even presence, how fitness really impacts our presence?
Right. But we did cover a fair amount about the fitness side. You go to the gym and now all of a sudden you can lift 5 pounds more than you did the last time you went. Mm-hmm. Yes, muscles, right? We're getting muscles here, right? Yeah. That's excellent. And that's empowering. That gives you that, okay, I can do bigger things. I have a internal opportunity to be more resilient. And that is so important in today's world, is being resilient, because again, there's so many curveballs being thrown at you that you need to be able to dodge and weave and be agile in what's coming. So doing that, or running farther, running faster, or just moving your body more strategically will help you. Movement is energy. Mm-hmm. So some of the other things is going back to the person's journey in their health, the scale, that may or may not be relevant. Mm-hmm. I always want to know what someone's relationship is with the scale before if I were to say the word dictate or something. I'm not going to dictate anything. I'm, again, a co-pilot in this journey to create agreements that they can do what they said they're going to do and then improve themselves. Mm-hmm. So we'll ask about the scale. Is this something where it's more, I always like this phrase, bring the data, not the drama.
That's good.
Bring the data, not the drama. Yeah. The scale weight is just a physical representation of gravity's pull on your body today. Okay. It's not the end all be all. It's not, I'm going to get on the scale and it's going to make or break my day. Literally, I've had people do that. They get on the scale and their day's ruined 10 seconds later. Wow. Because of the number. Okay. Well, we need to throw the scale away. This is not a good use of our time, energy, effort to assess actual progress. Then we could look at clothing. We could look at energy. We could look at other people saying things about us, compliments about, wow, you show up at work, you got a lot of energy today, right? That's a clear signal that you are changing, that you are doing something different from the inside out. Okay.
Yeah. And so I wanted to talk about, not necessarily weight, but working out and how that really helps us. We talk about presence. So it helps us with posture. Right. Because it doesn't matter what your position is, who your education, how you dress. If your posture is not one of erect, if you're not erect in your posture, your stance, it's off, your clothes is not going to matter what you have on. It's not going to look as it should, and it's not going to invite the people into your space that you want. It's most likely it's going to turn them away. So posture, I wanted to say, has a lot to do with working out, and how that complements, how we move.
So let's take the modern working situation. We're at a desk job. We're sitting for hours a day, every day. You lay down for a number of hours a day. and then you usually get up, you move your body, then you sit in a car, then you walk and you sit in the office or desk, and then you maybe move here and there throughout the day, but then you sit down and then you get in the car and you sit, and then you get home, and if you don't have an active lifestyle or care about that stuff, then
Mhm.
you sit and watch TV and just whatever's on. My programs, basically a distraction from actually living life, and then you lie back in bed.
Mhm.
Our lives are inherently inactive by design. By the marketers want you to be inactive. They want you glued into the screen.
Mhm.
Social media is a marketer's, haven, right?
It
They
is.
can't wait to get your eyeballs and attention on their stuff. But going back to the sitting position, you are in a rounded forward position here where your
Mhm.
shoulders rounded forward, you're leaning forward, your neck is forward. Everything about that is forward, which not only causes you to not be as tall, literally, because you're not sitting tall
Yeah.
there, but also have pain. You're going to have neck pain, shoulder pain. You're going to have weakness in some of your back muscles. If you never
Mhm.
did a pull up or any type of rowing, a pulling exercise toward you, your back is a lot weaker than you think it is. And by therefore, your posture, you can't even maintain posture, proper posture. And for the love, when was the last time you did a sit up? And now you don't have any core strength
Mhm.
either. And now you're just basically, rather than using your body to support itself to say muscle and whatnot, it's just bones just hanging out, and just you
Yeah.
just kind
Yeah.
of you look frumpy.
Yeah. And it tells a lot about you when others are looking at us when we
Right.
are, hunched over.
Oh
We
yeah.
we teach our clients to stand erect, stand tall.
Right.
It makes you, like you said, it makes you look
Yeah.
taller. It makes you look more confident.
Yeah.
So again, working out lends to that. You don't even have to
Yes.
think about, am I standing correctly? Because if you're working out and strengthening your back, it's
Right.
going to automatically help you
Right.
build that presence, that
Yeah.
confident, tall, stand tall, chest out
Yeah.
type of presence. And so again, when we talk about image, and I say we talk about all things image, working out is definitely a part of
Yeah.
that.
Right.
It's a part
Right.
of our brand. It's a part of, it's going to tell a
It's
story
part of your
too.
identity. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
part of
You
your
can
identity.
do heavy, you can lift heavy things.
Yeah.
And that is a strong undertone that you can carry into other areas of it. Okay, I went into the gym and I did this hard workout that I didn't want to do, or I thought was going to be really hard or whatever, and I accomplished it. Now I can go do other hard things in my life, and that
Hmm.
helps break down some of the even anxiety around some of these issues that people have to do, and complex issues too. And
Definitely.
having the space to clear your mind, in a sense, to move your body in a way that's enjoyable. Doesn't have to be necessarily lifting weights, but
Hmm.
then that gives you that confidence to manage some of the difficult, challenging work tasks that you do have to do. I always
Sure.
joke, whatever people do in their normal work lives is
Hmm.
way harder than whatever I'm going to have them do with improving their health.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a night and day difference.
That's true. And it becomes enjoyable.
Yes.
It
Oh, that's
becomes
huge. I
enjoyable.
really love that because we
Yeah.
have to link positivity to every action that we're doing. And that's something
Hmm.
I'm very conscious of. Even yesterday, I had a gentleman send me a picture of food, and I was giving him some advice on nutrition
Hmm.
of, hey, how many grams of protein are here? You could probably do this or that. And the general framework here is great. And then he talks about he was trying to add more protein, go figure, to his breakfast. And he chose eggs. But then he also commented, he said, yeah, eggs are tough on my stomach. And then I went back and I said, the next reply is, just curious, why did you pick eggs to boost your protein at
That's
breakfast when we talked yesterday about you just doubling your yogurt? And it's just odd because why would you do that? That causes a negative response here.
yeah.
That's what I heard or
Hmm.
saw. It's like I eat eggs and I don't feel well. Well, why are
Want to
eggs
eat eggs.
the first thing that you chose to do the
Yeah.
next day after you got the advice? But
Hmm.
then we settled in, hey, if he does eggs in a certain way, then say making a breakfast burrito,
Right.
then that is fine. But just straight up eggs, he is
It's
just
not
is
going to work.
not a fan of.
Yeah. And is there anyone in the audience that might have a question for
Oh
Brian?
yeah, please. I answer questions all day long. Please give me questions.
There is. And if they're not, then we know some people might want to ask you questions privately. They do have
That's
your
fine.
information as to how
That's
to
fine.
connect with you. This has been really good for me. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope the audience have enjoyed it and have been
Yeah.
able to take
A
away,
different perspective on image and brand, right?
yeah, different
And
perspective, but much needed
yeah,
conversation around it. Again, and I wanted to talk to you and thought it would be great to have you here because I'm speaking from a personal experiences with maybe some people that I have worked with that want to make some changes, are not ready to go full on in a gym to make those changes, but they want to feel good in the new
right.
items that they have. And
Yes.
sometimes that work, I don't always have the capability to give them everything that they need to embrace, their
Right.
body as it is today, or to
Right.
help them move past that to get into a better
Right.
place. So I thought this would be a great conversation. And I know that, my clients are not the only clients out here that struggle with that,
Right.
aligning that and how to get started on living a healthy lifestyle. And also, how we present ourselves and how we are received plays a huge part in, you know,
Right.
who we are and you know how healthy our healthy habits, I should say.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, well, it has been a pleasure to have you here. You want to
Yeah.
leave the audience with anything else, Brian, before we go?
Yes. Yes. I get questions of what is the biggest challenge that people have in terms of, say, falling off or
Mhm,
not completing their goal. One word: consistency.
mhm. And
Consistency
everything,
in
yeah.
everything, right? Just for you, Jenny, is hey, you're going to consistently make the choice to
Mhm,
put this outfit on and feel good about wearing it when you do.
mhm,
This is the choice and the behavior and the actions that we are taking together so that you improve your personal image, your personal brand to go do bigger things, create better opportunities for
right.
you. And so consistently, yeah, we can plan. If for me, it'd be, say, plan in quotations a cheat day or something, and
Mhm,
for you, maybe sure we'll plan a jammies day, but otherwise that's strategic, but that's not the
right.
default anymore. The default is I'm going to wake up and get dressed in the
Mhm,
day and look a certain part, to play
yeah.
a certain part, to become that part. And maybe you have to fake it till you make it, or maybe it's just really, oh, okay, cool, this is my new identity and I
Mhm,
can just move forward in it. But consistently taking the actions that put you in a better place around, so your self-image, around your personal brand, because you are
mhm,
selling yourself to every single person that you are around. Even my initial conversation with Jenny, I was selling myself to her. It's like, hey, I'm a nutrition guy, but I can talk about image and brand and
yeah.
how health ties into that. And I
Mhm,
think we did a really good job here
yeah.
of playing both parts of energy and
Yeah.
nutrition and whatnot. But that's something that's so important. So consistency over time and doing the right things consistently is going to be how you win.
Key. That's key in all of this, in your health journey, in
Yep.
your personal brand journey, and it's all evolving and it's a journey, and being
Yep.
willing to go the distance.
Yeah.
Nothing is going to happen, nothing that's going to last is going to happen overnight. It
No.
takes time, even when it's learning how to dress for the new you, even when it's learning how to, show up and tapping into this new identity that you want to, a client might want to uncover. It's all a journey. So think about marrying, you know, your image journey with your health journey, and watch how what a difference it makes.
Right.
People are going to receive you differently. And we're not saying that, again, that we're not pushing anyone to work out. That's a choice. Like anything else, it has to be a choice, but it will make a world of difference in your life. It'll make a
Yeah.
world of difference, again, in your brand and how you are standing up and showing up and how you're looking. Your outfits are fitting you and flowing just right as they should.
Yeah.
So working
Right.
out is huge for
Yeah.
that. And so, again, my name is Jenny Dewberry. I am the host of the Image Connection Show. And if you want to learn more about what I do, you can follow me on LinkedIn. It's Jenny Dewberry, or you can visit my website. It's peoplepowerconsultancy.com. You can go there. You can book a consultation with me. You can get my ebook there or my guide. You can get it there as well. And you can find me on Instagram under Jenny D _ People Power. And that is it for the day. That is
Yay.
it. Thanks again, Brian. And I just want to say that, image to our audience, that image is important. When you feel good, you do good. But also, when you feel good, you look good,
Yes.
When you feel good, you look good. So take some time each day to just move your body. Just start somewhere.
Yep.
Moving your body. And if you need a little assistance, then you have Coach Brian Parana that can help you through that journey. Until next time, have a great day.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for tuning in to the Image Connection Show. We truly appreciate you being here. We hope you'll join us again. And don't keep it to yourself. Invite a friend to tune in too. If you're ready for more insightful tips, tools, and strategies to help you enhance your image, brand, and help you on your entrepreneurial journey, this is where you want to be. Until next time, keep showing up with purpose, presence, and power. I'll see you next Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Take care.